Now we will see about Listeria monocytogenes. This one is very tiny organism, gram-positive rod, resembling as Streptococci and Corynebacterium. So this one is a very tiny gram-positive rod. This one resembles as Streptococci and Corynebacterium. These organisms are catalase positive. It have very tricate flagella and tumbling motility in 25 degrees Celsius. In human body temperature not produced very tricate flagella at 37 degrees Celsius. So these organisms are catalase positive. It have very tricate flagella only 25 degrees Celsius, not in 37 degrees Celsius. In blood agar medium, it shows beta hemolytic colony. Blood agar medium, it shows beta hemolytic colonies. These organisms are intracellular parasite. Blood agar, it shows beta hemolytic colony. This one is the facultative intracellular parasite. That means they can see inside the cell, they can enter into the cell, and they can stay outside of the cell inside human tissue. So why we are called intracellular parasite? They can see inside the cell, they can enter into the cell, and they can stay outside of the cell in human tissue. So we can see granuloma formation inside human body. Finally, we observed granuloma formation inside the human body. So we are called facultative intracellular parasite. Let's move on. Virulence factor. First one is adhesion. This Listeria organism have D-galactose residue on the bacterial surface. With the help of this residue, this one will attach to the D-galactose receptor on the host cell. First factor adhesion. It have D-galactose residue on the bacterial surface. With the help of this residue only, it will attach to the D-galactose receptor on the host cell. Second factor, invasion. This Listeria organism have internulin molecules. What molecules? Internulin molecules. These molecules stimulate the host cell. So invasion, these organisms have internulin molecules. These molecules only stimulate that host cell. Then they get endocytocytes. After getting these endocytocytes, they secreted Listeriolysin O molecules. These Listeriolysin O molecules act as hemolysin. Hemolysin can inhibit oxidative burst. Then it will secreted Acti-A molecules. These Acti-A molecules pushing molecules one cell to another. So second one is invasion. It have internulin molecules. These molecules will stimulate their host cell. After that they get endocytocytes. After getting these endocytocytes, they will secrete Listeriolysin O molecules. These molecules act as a hemolysin. This hemolysin molecule can inhibit oxidative burst. Then it will secrete Acti-A molecules. These Acti-A molecules pushing molecule to enter into the next cell. Third one is host tissue also damage cell mediated immunity. This host tissue then damage cell mediated immunity. So virulence factor, first one is adhesion, second one is invasion, then host cell damaged cell mediated immunity. Let's move on. Epidemiology. This organism will transmitted majorly by foodborne, then transplantal transmission, mother to fetus. This organism will multiply at refrigerator temperature. About 2,500 cases of this listeriosis occur each year in the US. So organism how will transmitted majorly by foodborne, then it will transmitted transplantal transmission, mother to fetus, it will multiply refrigerator temperature. For year 2500 cases observed in US. This organism transmitted to human mainly from refrigerated milk, meat and vegetable product. How it will transmit mainly from refrigerated milk, meat and vegetable product. Now we see about pathogenesis. This Listeria organism enter to the cell, then it will activate actin molecules. That means Act A molecules. Then this one is pushed to the Listeria into the next cell. With the help of phospholipase only, it will break that membrane. So how it will enter? Listeria enter to the human cell, then it will activate actin A molecules, then push Listeria into the next cell. With the help of phospholipase only, they break membrane. Then clinical features. Normal individual, we cannot see any symptoms. No symptoms in normal individual. In pregnant woman, it can lead to cause septicemia, placental abscess and spontaneous abortion. In pregnant woman only, it leads to septicemia, placental abscess and spontaneous abortion. In children, it can lead to meningitis and encephalitis. Fourth one, infant who are born from infected mother, it will causes granulomatous infant septicemia. We will see granulomas all over the body. In infected mother only, who are born from infected mother, granulomatous infant septicemia formation will occur. So we will see granulomas all over the body. Infant from birth canal can get meningitis. Then immunocompromised patient also affected. Clinical features. Normal individual cannot see any symptoms. Pregnant woman leads to septicemia, placental abscess and spontaneous abortion. In children it will cause meningitis and encephalitis. Infant, we will see granulomas all over the body. Infant from birth canal can get meningitis. Then also affected immunocompromised patient. Diagnosis can be done. Folid media. Here we will observe tumbling motility. This organism are catalase positive. In CSF finding high number of PMNS cell, low glucose level and normal protein. We can see granuloma cell inside CSF and bloodstream. Beta hemolytic in 1 degree Celsius temperature. Diagnosis can be done. Observe tumbling motility, catalase positive. In CSF finding, we can see high number of PMNS cell, low glucose and normal protein level. Granuloma cell inside CSF and bloodstream we observed. Then beta hemolytic in 1 degree temperature, degree Celsius temperature. Then treatment can be treated with ampicillin, vancomycin, ciprofloxacin. So diagnosis, Foley media we are using, observe tumbling motility, catalase positive, CSF finding high number of PMNS cells, low glucose and normal protein. We can see granuloma cell inside CSF and bloodstream, beta hemolytic in 1 degree Celsius. Treatment can be treated with ampicillin, vancomycin, ciprofloxacin. That's all about our Listeria monocytogenes. This video we saw morphology, virulence factor, epidemiology, pathogenesis, laboratory diagnosis and treatment of Listeria monocytogenes.